Well, I'm Toby.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Bren.
And this is the Game of Thrones series finale from a certain point of view.
It's over.
This episode is brought to us today by Soulful Energies. And here to talk about Soulful Energies is Brenda.
So Soulful Energies, I'm a Reiki master. So if you come to me, I will give you a Reiki treatment, or you don't have to come to me. I do distance sessions as well. Check out more information on my Facebook page, which is just Soulful Energies, and then Instagram is Soulful Energies Reiki.
Yes.
You need Reiki in your life. Come check out my website to find out more.
Wonderful. I like it. It's good stuff too, so I would recommend looking into it. She's done a couple for us, and we've enjoyed it and found out some interesting things. So yeah, it's good. So, but let's get into this episode.
Yes.
I mean, this is it, you guys. This was the end of everything. Obviously, we open up with walking back into King's Landing, literally right where we left off. Tyrion walking through, seeing that guy with part of his back missing.
That was
Poor bastard. I just thought one of them should just kill him, put him out of his misery.
I don't think he's gonna live through that day. I don't think
he's gonna make it.
He's gonna walk maybe another 10 yards and then fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Gangrene is probably possible.
Exactly. Definitely possible. It was nice to see, it was interesting to see Tyrion walking up. You can see Drogon on the top of the Red Keep up there. I thought I saw maybe Dany standing there. It could have just been a pillar or something, but that shot, I didn't know where Tyrion was going right away. But then as he started walking down, and I had stated that there would be no way to get to those two. I figured that whole thing came down. I was wrong, but I was semi-right on that.
I think there was a lot more standing than I was expecting.
Exactly. I thought that there would be a lot more devastation.
Yeah, it would literally just be nothing but rubble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think that Tyrion needed to see those two dead.
I think that the audience needed to see those two dead.
Yeah, clearly everybody didn't believe it. They are dead. Jaime and Cersei. Jaime died in the arms of the woman he loved.
And freaking Peter Dinklage, just that man, when he cries, you just want to...
You want to cry for him. You feel what he's feeling. He's good at that.
Yeah.
Then we get into Dany's war speech.
Which was epic.
It was a pretty epic speech.
A good time for Jon to have learned how to speak that. Because that would have been... Because then he would have known that the war wasn't over. And she was... It's not like she was going to go to Westeros. Or she's in Westeros, sorry. Looks like she was going to go to Winterfell, to Dorne, and just start fucking all those up. Sansa would have died.
Oh, instantly.
Yeah. So that would have been over for her.
And I think he realized that too, especially as it went on.
Because there was no Dothraki word for Winterfell. Or was it...
Or the Unsullied for Winterfell. So he says Winterfell and Dorne.
No, she says Winterfell.
Yeah, she says both.
And he knew it was like, shit.
Wait a minute. Why are you talking about Winterfell?
My family's there.
We left Winterfell. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know if anybody else noticed. The unnamed soldier made an appearance again.
Oh, I
right
did
away
notice.
at the beginning. That was why I was tapping you right away. He was walking in with them. His long, beautiful beard was sitting there. Yeah. Well, there was things I wanted you to know about.
I guess I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, so it was awesome to see him again. I'm gonna, came from Stannis' army, and he was there in the end. And the Dothraki were crazy.
Don't forget, when she first walked in, though, right before she did her speech, that Drogon put his wings out behind her.
Oh, God, that was beautiful. As she was walking
awesome.
That was
and you couldn't even see Drogon. You just saw her, and it looked like she had some dragon wings. Yeah. It was a very beautiful shot. Good call.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So that was good to see, and just gave her a speech, and then they all kind of started to separate. They took Tyrion in. He quit as the Hand.
I totally thought, though, when he was coming up behind her and the look on his face, I was like, oh, shit, he's going to, take her out right now.
I know. Like he was going to try something.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do something. And even, when Jon looked at him, it was like, he was like, oh.
What are you doing?
What is he doing? Yeah. What is he going to, I thought we might see that. But
I thought maybe when he was taking the hand off, he was going to try to stab her with that real quick.
And
then that was what was going to end him, great when somebody would have stepped in.
But it was cool that he kind of was just like,
fuck you.
Fuck your hand. I don't want that. So he gets arrested. Has some last moments with Jon.
Well, those, oh my god. Again, his talks. Tyrion, he drinks and he knows things. And he just
that was great, though. Did you bring any wine?
Yeah.
No.
His talks are always amazing. I mean, God.
He's more clever than he gives himself.
Yeah, he was just, he ended up being wrong on some big things, but he was right on a lot of other big things and a lot of small things. So.
I loved the, now Varys' ashes can tell my ashes. I told you so.
Exactly, yes. Tyrion
that was great.
Kind of going out his way of the Varys style. Varys was more stoic and more that, but that's how Tyrion would go, and he would be making jokes until the end. I mean, that's just his character.
He would make a joke, like a punchline, right as Drogon lit him on fire.
Oh,
if they let it get to that point.
Oh, I'm toast now.
Like the opposite of I can never say her name right. Melisande.
Melisande, yeah.
Where she was like,
Masande.
Dracarys or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite.
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know.
You just be like, whatever, this is going to be it. I'm going to go out doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny enough, in the end, he wasn't even mentioned in the Songs of Fire and Ice.
I know. You're
Poor
not
Tyrion.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I actually had the thought because of Samwell's build. I was like, is he supposed to be like George R.R. Martin? Is that supposed to be who Samwell is with his little? He's not quite as great, but he's got the right
Right,
build.
gotta have that look
he
to
was
him.
coming in as the author of the
Yeah,
story.
right. Mm-hmm.
He's got the
Him
right
and the other
build for it.
maester,
Just a younger, less gray.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice and loose imagery there.
Yeah,
So.
me too.
And then one of the biggest pivotal scenes, we get Dany walking to that throne. I was always wondering after the last episode if that throne was still there. It is.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking to
It's
it.
her vision.
She
Come
never
true.
sits down on it. Yeah, her vision coming true. Walking. Everybody thought it was snow. Turns out it was ash.
Yeah.
Falling down on them. She never sits on the throne, which did annoy me for one reason. But that's just because of gambling. But anyway, she's sitting there, and then Jon comes in, and it looks like he's finally giving in. He's agreeing with her. Hey, yes,
Yep.
you have the vision.
I thought so too. And I'm like pissed watching it, like, really, man?
Right?
For once, just
Stand your
stand your
ground.
ground,
Yes,
you
he was
know?
giving into everything she was saying. He was like, you know what, yes. And she was just, what a calm, smooth-talking dictator she was right then and there. They don't get a choice.
Smooth
you know?
talking lady was what she
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he slips the dagger.
Oh, he slipped the tongue and
Tongues,
then he
then
slipped
the
Yeah, he's like,
dagger.
I'll kiss and tap.
Yeah.
Which was both a good distraction, but I also do think he did. He wanted to give in
I
one
knew it was
last
coming.
time.
He wanted to just do
When
that
I
one
saw
more
him
time.
going in and I was gonna kiss him, I'm like, dude, he's gonna stab her. Like,
Yeah.
I just knew it. And he
Get that
did.
feeling, yeah.
So I didn't even do the.
Her
Oh,
death
there it
was
is.
so graceful and beautiful.
It was.
But very, there was imagery that I had behind it, but I don't remember now.
It was necessary though.
Yes.
For sure.
And then my favorite part, the throne being melted. I said that was going to happen
That was
way
awesome.
before
Go
the
back
season
to
started.
literally our very first
I can
video.
vouch for that.
I said that throne would be melted.
Like
Because
every
I
single
turned around.
video.
Yeah, it took him a minute, and he kept breathing around. I was like, oh, come on, just do it. And then he finally
but
just...
Poor Drogon was mourning.
Oh, he was so sad. Watching him nudge her body
I know.
was heartbreaking. Yeah.
It was like watching a kid go, Mom. It was
then-
like watching Simba going, Dad,
Yeah,
get up.
wake up.
Yes.
And then he picked her up. And
Yeah,
that's
just
when I
so-
started to like tear up.
Oh, tears in my eyes, definitely for
I
that.
cried a
Just
few times.
carefully grabbing her and flying away. And that's the last we ever see of Drogon.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gone. Bran, seems like Bran might be warging into him. That's what they kind of
Or
left
at
it
least
with.
that'd be
there.
pretty
Warging
sweet
to find
though.
him.
Or find where he's at. So yeah, he's gone. I thought, I want to know why he didn't burn Jon. Like, why didn't he try to do anything?
I think
Why do you
he's
think?
because before he even went into
Respect,
the
I think.
well, see, I thought it was before he even went into the throne room. Drogon smelled him, and I thought Drogon. I just always thought that Drogon kind of knew, like, okay,
He was
well,
a
you
Targaryen.
have the same blood. You're
You
a
can smell the
Targaryen,
blood. Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's why he let him pass. Like, well, you're a Targaryen. You can
Yep.
go say
I
hi
think
to her.
that's
It's
exactly
fine.
what it is.
Yeah.
Because I think in the books that is a thing that
Well, I think we
their
believe it.
Targaryen blood, they were the ones that could always tame the dragons.
Yeah.
They could always,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why they let him ride them.
be respected.
No,
by
yeah, I
dragons.
figured that, but and maybe it's because he didn't see him actually kill
That could be
Dany in the
too.
end, and he just came up and was like, "Oh my God, what
But
happened?"
he came so quickly after.
It's almost like they had a connection.
Yeah, because
that-
did
Oh,
you
yeah.
notice that as soon as she was like down and the light was just starting to leave, you already heard him
Yeah, he was
rustling
already
and
kinda starting to do
flying
stuff,
and-
yes.
Yeah, I think he
Benefit
knew.
to watching it in the movie theater. We got that amazing surround sound,
so
Dolby
sweet.
Digital, and could hear everything.
Just
So,
when
yeah.
Jon was walking up to the throne room, you could feel his heartbeat because of the surround
Yeah.
sound. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Totally. That was.
So he takes out Dany. She's done. The throne is
Bye.
done.
yeah, the thrones are knocked over too, but
Thrones
they're
are
still
done.
And I
alive.
called that in the last episode too. That why not make it some sort of democracy?
I
And
know,
it
but I love
seems-
that they laughed off
That
the
was
idea.
so
Right, yeah, they laughed it
Why
off,
not?
but then they kind of
people
did it
vote?
anyway. So it seems like it'll be more like the Roman Empire, where, like, as an Alexander was dying, they name whoever they want to be next. And
Yeah.
they're the ones who choose next, and that seems
Yeah.
like that's what that's gonna
Yeah.
be like.
It won't be a birthright anymore.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which is breaking that wheel. That's what
Absolutely.
Dany wanted.
It's
Absolutely.
true. Yeah, I like that it's not a birthright.
Mhm.
That's
That Bran will
Because-
be. Bran the Broken will be the wheel
first-
breaker.
Yeah, exactly, and he was
Exactly.
the breaker of wheels in the end. Yeah, that
I
whole
think that
moment
was
with them all
Tyrion's
sitting there
most
was.
brilliant moment he had.
yeah.
I would agree. So that's and You'll be hand. I don't want it. You're going to be hand.
Yeah.
That's not a good enough punishment. It is
It
because
is.
he doesn't want to do it. And
Because he
he'll
didn't
be
want to.
spending the
It's
rest of his
punishment
life
enough.
fixing all of his mistakes.
Yep.
So
Smart.
I loved seeing all those houses, especially Devos. I don't think I get a say, but you know.
I cried at that part too.
Seeing everybody and then seeing their uncle, the one who in the Red Wedding, he was the one who got married at the Red Wedding,
Yeah.
and then
He is still alive.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since then. He was thrown in the little
That's
jail.
why it took me a minute.
feel like
Like,
we saw-
who's that dude again?
I think we saw him a couple
We
times.
saw him a
after
couple
that.
times, but it was so.
I'll say we haven't really seen him or even heard too much about him
That
since
was
then.
Uncle, sit down.
Uncle, sit your ass down right now. Just you're done.
You're not gonna be king.
No, we're not letting you be king. That's just not happening.
Volunteer for tribute.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh well, you guys need a king. I'll just go ahead and volunteer for that.
I'll
That's
be
not
your king.
exactly. We didn't want
No.
somebody to volunteer. That's
Right.
not what we were saying.
We want to pick somebody.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, so that whole part was awesome. And it'd almost be interesting to have another follow-up show to follow like how they started
want
going
that
with
so
this.
badly.
That would be interesting to see the new Westeros essentially.
Yeah. I
Hopefully,
want to see what Arya finds.
yeah, Arya going
Yeah.
even farther than
West.
than Westeros.
What's west of Westeros?
Nobody knows. Arya's gonna go find out. Sailing underneath the Stark flag on her sails, which I love seeing. Sansa straight up declaring, we're going to be an independent country.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do it. We'll still kind of like,
Yeah.
we're obviously going to be partnering and stuff, but
Yeah.
making that bold statement, I almost thought somebody else was going to say that too, like maybe Dorne would be like, we're going to be independent then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe almost have rulers of their own
Yeah.
kind of thing, but that would just lead to more blood and war, I think, in the end.
It would.
So we got a queen in the north, and now we have a king of the
Which is what
six
she always
kingdoms.
wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, it ended well, but
What about the North?
Man.
We know. The North got everything they needed.
yeah.
They got independence
She
and
saved
everything.
the North.
Exactly.
Just like John told her.
Grey Worm, just so angry this episode. Even just
Yeah.
pissed at everything. I'm surprised he didn't actually kill John right away.
I thought he was going to.
Oh, yeah,
I was
he would.
waiting for it.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that he didn't, honestly.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
And clearly, John straight up just told them the truth. Like, I killed her.
Yeah, because I
Drogon
wondered about
blow
that
away
too. The whole
with
time
Dany.
I'm like, how is he going to get back down out of there without somebody killing him or arresting him?
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Right, yeah. And
They didn't
people-
go into that part, but
Exactly. So he must have just went down there and said, she's dead.
I killed
I
her.
killed her.
Yeah.
Drogon took her
Drogon
body and
took
threw
her.
her away.
she's
Done.
out.
There's no more throne. It's gone. It's
Bye.
melted. Yeah. So he was pretty interesting this episode.
Yeah. Even at the end there, I thought
Mhm.
he's
Going
gonna
back
jump
to-
off the ship and kill him.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Going back to Missandei's homeland.
Noth.
Yeah, Missandei
Yeah.
of Noth. So he's going
Yeah.
back to there. So he's
Yeah.
Maybe he can just, find a distant cousin.
yeah. Maybe she has a sister. Who knows?
Yeah, but
You never know.
he's not a unit.
That's true. Maybe she'll love him too for that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know, what is he just not going to love Missandei anymore because she doesn't have a part of her body? What
Yeah,
a freaking
exactly.
hypocrite.
That's
Hypocrite.
He's so,
So-
angry though.
John full circling.
Yeah, I said that on the way home. I was like,
Become
wow,
going
John
back
just
to
did full
Night's
circle.
Yep, back at the Night's Watch, and
Right
looks
back
like he's just
where it
going north.
Oh,
see-
and the part with Ghost.
Ah,
Yeah.
greeting Ghost like he should have
That
said
was
goodbye
great.
to Ghost.
That was great.
Interesting to see Ghost had battle damage. Missing
You didn't notice
variety.
that
Yeah.
before?
We didn't
Spear was
notice it the
missing?
first time. Because
Yeah,
they only
I-
showed him at the distance. They didn't come up to him and pet him.
Yeah,
I noticed
kinda
it.
didn't
I
really
noticed
notice
it right
that,
away,
yeah.
and then I went back to like a picture later, and you know, because you could see the blood and stuff. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I saw
he's
that,
missing
but
part
yeah,
of his ear.
never
Yeah.
saw the ear was off.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's good to see that.
Yeah, well, because
Yeah, that was
I think
sweet.
that's the reason he didn't pet him. He didn't want to leave Ghost. He just felt like, oh, well, I love her, so I have to follow her. And,
Yeah.
he finally got what he really wanted. He got to come back and pet
Yeah.
his dog.
He didn't want to rule. He didn't
and
want
be
anything.
in the north where he belonged.
He just
where he
wanted to
was
be in
happy.
the north.
Well, and let's be honest, the happiest he was with the wildlings. He didn't
Yeah.
want responsibility.
And I thought that, like I was also saying to Tori on the way home, like the part 2 when he returned to Castle Black. I love that no words were spoken, but everything was covered, and you felt every emotion, and you knew every
Yes.
that was so well done.
Oh,
and then even
gotcha.
just when he saw Ghost, he didn't say anything to me, but he had
Just
a
walked
smile.
right. Yep.
You know, and like that was like, oh, he's happy. He's like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was so well done without saying a word.
Exactly. And I don't know why I got this, but when he was walking up and the doors open, and because you saw the doors and they opened on his face, I was like, $10 says Tormund standing right
Yeah,
there. And
I was
there
waiting
he was.
for him too.
Oh, there's
Saw the
Tormund.
red hair, and I
Giants.
was like,
Yeah,
There he
Tormund
is.
Giants.
I kind of half expected Tormund to just jump down and be like, attack hug.
Right.
Right, yeah.
But
I
something
got the
like
crow.
even that there was that
That eye
unspoken
contact.
thing between
You
them.
saw it. That
Oh,
he was
yeah.
happy to see him.
Yep.
Glad he was
Like,
here.
welcome
with him.
home, you're
You're
back where
home.
you belong.
Exactly.
And Bran knew that, I think that's why he was
That's
like,
why
no.
he came all the way there.
That's why I came all the way. Why do you think I came all the way here?
Yep.
Right.
God.
Yeah, fucking Bran.
Crazy.
I mean, and it makes sense that he would be the new ruler. Like Tyrion laid it out. He has all of our
great
history. He
choice.
has all of our stories. He knows all of it.
Absolutely. He knows what works and what doesn't.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and he can kind of see into the future a little bit, so he'll
Yeah.
see what's going to be happening. So.
Yeah. Plus, he can't get away with anything because he can just barge into whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, see, I'm out of here.
I'm watching you.
Exactly, you can always be watching.
Yeah, funny that he even wants. Funny that he even wants a whisperer on the count. You can be your own whisperer,
Right?
Let's talk about that. Tyrion setting the table, getting all the chairs, and then they just come in and he's like, "Oh God, I just got those perfect." And
I loved that though too. It was just like how there was so much comedy within it, even though there was so much drama. I
Well,
love that they threw that in there.
exactly, and it was interesting just to see them trying to rebuild and get the Master of Coin, Master of
Yep.
Whispers, Master
Yeah.
of War,
Like,
and all
let's
that.
Get the
Start
brothels
over.
back.
Yeah,
That
definitely get
was
those.
hilarious.
I think the Master of Coin will find some money in the budget for the brothels.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
That was
Brienne,
so
I don't
funny.
think brothels are the
I
bigger
think we can
priority
all
than
agree
ships.
that ships are more priority.
It's a little
than
presumptuous there, Brienne. All right.
what did Tyrion say at the end about I once did honey and a
But I think didn't he say I brought an ass and a honeycomb or something like that?
Yes, or something like
it was
that to the brothel.
something to the brothel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'd have to rewatch.
Like
Yeah.
I'm guessing he means that he literally brought like an actual donkey and some kind of pine cone into a
Yeah,
brothel,
yeah,
and it's
just,
something
hey, we're doing
sexual, and we don't want to know
Bring it
really
in.
what it is.
Yeah,
Oh, that was funny.
that was good.
Brienne completing Jaime's record.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was. I would have liked to seen her turn the page and
Cool.
it say Sir Brianna Tarth, because she's now the
I
next
wanted to see that in
Kingsguard.
there.
Yeah.
Podrick being one of the Kingsguard. So that was awesome to see that.
He's got that big old smile. Patrick, you can take it away. Okay, I got
I'm
it. I'm so happy.
just happy to be here, guys. I just love it. I'm so happy.
Oh, and then when they were all like, "Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace," or whatever,
Right,
he
yeah.
was
We'll
like,
work
"We'll
on
work on
that."
it." I know you will. Or I'm sure
It was
you
just
will.
awesome seeing, because these are all people who aren't really of noble houses now.
It's
These
true.
are just almost
Yeah.
like commoners that kind of got to
What's
this
the dude's
position.
name that finally got his castle?
Braun.
Braun,
Yeah,
yeah.
Braun
Braun.
finally got his castle.
Braun
Got his
Got his
castle.
castle.
Devos was
brothel
there.
stuff.
You had Sam, who is
Yeah.
now looks like a master maester.
Yep.
And then you had Brienne there.
Davos.
Yep. So you really just had everybody that really wasn't of anything.
The
So they're all trying
survivors.
to, yeah, exactly, the survivors. They're just trying to figure out how to be this cordial and this nobleness of the noblemen now. So
Yeah.
That would be a fun spinoff too. Just
Right,
see
yeah,
how
exactly.
that pans
Just-
out.
yeah, basically the war room of the
Yeah,
the six
six
kingdoms. Yeah,
kingdoms.
now.
I know, I like that little nudge, Tyrion. The Six Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Like,
Bran
thanks,
the Broken.
Sansa.
Yeah, now I gotta change it.
So not Bran the Builder, Bran the Broken.
Bran the Broken.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do like that. There's your big whole series full circle, Toby. He's this
Bran the Builder built the wall and built kind of what the Seven Kingdoms became. Bran the Breaker breaks it up.
Not what I was saying.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. That's what you were saying. Oh, I'm sorry.
The whole series starts. It's all about Bran and how he gets pushed out the window, and then the whole
becomes
series
broken.
and the whole series ends with him being the ruler.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen it coming. You would be like, "Oh, this poor little kid just got fucking
The little
pushed out a
kid that
window."
watched the brother and sister
Yeah.
having sex and push out the window.
And he ends up becoming the one that does it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a nice big full circle thing.
I mean,
I
I
agree
say
with that.
bravo.
Yeah, I love
Well
this
done.
season. I think the series ended phenomenally. I think it ended on
Yeah.
a very high note. I'm sure people will be heartbroken, but Dany was mad and
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had to go.
she
the
had to
fish gets
go. Yeah.
Well, and I really liked that they put that in there in Tyrion's speech. I loved her. You love like less successfully
Yeah,
than you.
less successfully than you.
That was
But
great.
it's just a good point. Like I loved her, you loved her. We, as the audience, we loved her, and we
I
thought,
did,
you know,
but she went
And
mad,
like-
and they foreshadowed it for so long.
Right.
I don't know why people are complaining about that.
Exactly, like Tyrion said.
She was never the
She-
hero. I mean,
She burned people alive. She crucified people. We cheered for her because they were bad men.
right.
yeah, I liked that he pointed that
She
out.
always did it. She was just going down her natural path.
Yep.
This is where she was going. And we cheered for it the whole time because she was only doing it to bad people.
Right.
Even though what she was doing in the end was wrong. Even if they
Right.
are bad people,
Yep.
they still deserve the trials
Yep.
and to be in prison.
Yep.
You know, they can go work
Absolutely.
the wall. And that's
Exactly.
what I'm sure there's some.
Well, and that's a good point that he brings up. We made her feel like she's always had the moral high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we made her feel that way, and we felt like that way, and we were all wrong. And it's just.
Yep. The Sarah's had it right all along.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve it, but he burned anyways.
He burned.
I was John. I was sitting there while Tyrion was talking to John when he was in prison. I was just sitting there and like, motherfucker. Now you're the hand again? You're not going to be sent away? You're not getting all this stuff done to you? What the shit?
Well, the Unsullied weren't too happy about that.
No, but
especially Grey Worm was like, what?
But they satisfied with Jon going back. And Jon single-handedly kills his house. The Targaryens will die with Jon because Dany won't have any kids because she's dead. And he's not allowed to have kids.
He's not allowed to have kids.
He might have some wildling kids anyway.
Right.
You never know.
I think he's just done with all of it.
I think he's just going to live above the wall.
I am mad, though, that it never went beyond those few people knowing who he really was.
Yeah.
I know. So I guess,
I was, like, waiting for that the whole time, too. Like, when they were all sitting around, like, who's going to talk about the elephant in the room?
I thought Sansa was going to go, Aegon Targaryen can sit on the throne.
Exactly.
Like, that's the rightful king.
And they'd be like, where is he? In the jail cell.
Right.
AKA Jon Snow.
He's there.
Would have been interesting to see how Grey Worm reacted to that.
And I would have been very interested to find out what Grey Worm would have thought of that.
Yeah, why didn't it at least come out? I mean, even if they would have still ended up with Bran, where people would have been like, no.
We don't want a Targaryen.
Messed up. We don't want a Targaryen.
But maybe he wouldn't have had to have been banished. Maybe he could have just chosen to go back to the north.
Which I think he probably would have.
I think he would have too. He would have let Sansa be queen, and he would just would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna go find Tormund and Ghost.
That's what he wanted all along.
Yeah, he did get what he
wanted.
Because
that's what I was saying too. I'm like, in the episode where Tormund and Ghost left, he was like, I wish I was going with you to the north. And Tormund said something about like you belong in the north, or that's where you're the best, or that's where you were the best. That's where you were the best, or whatever. And it was just like, so that was to me kind of that foreshadowing, like maybe that is where he's really going to end up, because that's what he really wanted.
Exactly, that's what he wanted.
So to him, it's not much of a punishment.
No, exactly. He was kind of, and as it closes, as the episode closes, he gets that quick little smirk, and he's like, hell yeah.
Yep.
You know, goodbye. As the door closed, he said goodbye, and now he's going to go live how he wants to live.
I did like that too when he was saying goodbye to Arya and Bran, and where I cried, because
that's fair.
But where he said to her, you can come visit me, to Arya, and she was like, no, I can't. He was like they're gonna tell you a woman can't be.
Right, they're gonna say that.
She's gonna
try.
Oh yeah, I killed the Night King. That's right.
Exactly. They'll probably all back.
Exactly. I'm a badass. So,
it'd be a good spin-off series just to see what she does in the West.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Arya's awesome.
The Adventures of Arya.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And Needle.
There's more than one spin-off coming, so.
I know how he said, "Do you have your needle?" I'm just like,
I was waiting for her to say, "Poke him with the pointy end."
To be honest, I was waiting for that at the end when Jon was walking. I was expecting Drogon to just kind of fly out of nowhere and Tormund go, you have a dragon.
Or somebody behind me too in the theater said something about he's gonna ask where the big woman is.
Right? I know, wouldn't it be great if the open door, doors open and just Tormund, hey, is the big woman still with that other guy?
Is the big woman with you?
I'll go back south if I need to.
Or later the dialogue, Jon just walks up to him, so big woman is single again.
Right?
Just so you know.
He just eyes would go.
Other dude got crushed.
Yeah, she's yours. His eyes would widen so much.
He'd be running for the south.
Exactly. He'd probably have the horn of giant milk and just be like, throw it and just book it.
No, he'd be carrying it with him, drinking it as he runs.
Right, as he
drinking and running. There you go. That would be awesome.
She's gonna visit North, and he's gonna be like, "Ooh, hello there."
But yeah, I would have liked to seen Drogon. So I'm glad Drogon didn't die. That was the one thing I wanted out of this episode. Of anything.
I thought for a split second. Well, first I thought he was gonna burn Jon, and then he moved right past him and got the throne, which Jon was like, dang, dude.
Right,
but I thought he was gonna chomp him or something.
It looked like he was.
Or Jon was gonna have to stab him to save himself. And God, don't kill another dragon.
Yeah, I think at that point,
another dragon.
I think at that point Jon was standing still, good, do it.
I think Jon was ready to just be done. He was so sick of everything. He just had to kill the second woman he loved. Yeah, 2 women he's loved have died in his arms now. The only two.
That's why I think he's done. That's why I don't think he's gonna secretly have some wildling kids. I think he's done.
Yeah,
he
life
might
of
just.
celibacy.
Yeah. Tormund will give him shit for that for sure. The whole time he's
Maybe
up
they'll find him a giant woman.
There you go. He can go.
You can suckle at her breast all night.
He can go suckle the teat of a giant. Or to kill her husband.
Actually, I think 1-1 was the last one, wasn't he?
1-1 was the last
1-1 was the last one.
Yep, and he
Say
died
that 10
and
times
became
fast.
a White Walker. And then died again.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Was that him? Do you think that Lyanna?
That's what I always assumed.
Mormon's,
They
yeah.
looked. I mean, he was sort of. They're all. It's hard to tell, but that's what I thought it was.
What are you saying? They all look the same?
I'm sorry. When
That
they're
is a stereotype.
when they're dead, yes.
That is a giant stereotype.
This is an episode of pretty much where are they now and where are they going. Everything was over. Even though Danny thought the war wasn't over, as John said, the war is over. Mm-hmm. It's done. Everything's done.
I love that there was the happy endings.
Right.
But it is interesting to know that George R.R. Martin, if I'm understanding right, said he had nothing to do with this ending. Like it was all the
So I
producers.
didn't read any. Okay, so I haven't read anything about that because as far as I knew, he was still on consulting.
I
every
read
episode.
a couple. There were comments that people were saying that like he had nothing to do with what was going to happen in the final end of everything for every character.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if that's 100% sure, but I read it a couple different comments of people saying that.
We'll have to look into that and we'll let you guys know.
Because that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Because
how would he end it?
If those books ever get finished,
Right.
if the book ever gets finished, it'd be interesting to see how.
But I feel like killing the Danny was George R. R. Martin. Like,
I'm
I
sure
think
that
that's
was,
where he was going with his story.
Yeah.
because he did say that he wanted to give them some of their own creativity and what they wanted, but he was such a part of it wanting to say like, but this is where I want this character to go.
I think he kind of nudged them in the way the characters needed to go, and then they kind of took creatives with a little bit more in the ending of where that, maybe John, doesn't get banished to the Knights. Maybe he does just get to go north, and he just chooses to go north. In the books,
or maybe Sansa doesn't end up queen, or I don't know.
Maybe it's offered to John, he turns it down, she becomes queen, and then he's like, I just want to go live with Tormund and the Wildlings and Ghost and everything. Maybe that's how, if he did that could work perfectly.
So that would be interesting to see what, if this is really what he saw too and what he wanted for his story.
Well, a lot of time passed in this episode.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
because
John
Tyrion
had no
said,
beard.
I've had 3 weeks to think about things.
Yeah.
Tyrion had said, and that was when he was in front of everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right when John got taken prisoner, and he had a lot of growth there.
And John had a lot of beard after that. So a lot of time passed in this episode with everything.
Well, they had to. Imagine that the battle that basically probably took place for them to even get down there. Sure, the Unsullied were pissed and had to kind of be calmed down a little bit just for them to even get in there.
I'm sure.
Right, yeah, and you had to get all those leaders there.
Yeah.
Doran.
And there's travel time.
Exactly, you gotta have all those,
Yeah.
Sansa came from Winterfell.
Yep.
That's a fortnight, so that's 2 weeks to get there.
Yeah.
Because he said, I've had a lot of time to think about this over the past 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was that time frame mentioned. But then I wonder how much time from when John was captured and they figured out the punishment and everything.
The whole time, like, after John got his punishment and everything, he just was walking around without his sword, Longclaw, and I was just like, what the hell's your sword? Are they not giving his sword back? When he gets into the Castle Black, you see the sword is there and everything.
They showed his sword, they showed Arya with the...
Yeah, it showed each of them getting
so
their
showed each of them,
sword
which I was
ready.
glad. I'm glad he still got his sword.
Sheathing
their swords.
and sheathing, I won't say it. This isn't Cards Against Humanity.
It's true. It's not Cards Against Humanity.
It does suck that Daenerys' stuff had to end this. Because even when she's talking about, like, herself as a little girl not being able to count to 20, you're just like...
You're really feeling for it and everything, and...
You do. You want her to at least sit down on it. Like,
it makes sense now, though, that...
At least she touched it.
The interview from Emilia Clarke was saying that, like, that it effed with her head that people will see Dany the way that they see her at the end. Like, she was like, I didn't want people to
That's how she
see who she really was.
Right.
Like, it sucks that's who
we
she
had to
really
see who
yeah.
she really ended up was
Yeah.
going to be. Yeah, I could see that being
she said it
troublesome
fucked
for
with
her.
her head to know that that's how people would see her in the end.
Yeah.
So, because I think she
we can
wanted to
remember.
be that hero.
Right, and we can always remember the good that she did too. She did
She
free
did.
a lot of
She
people
did. She
and
was
changed a lot of
chains,
exactly, and she changed the course of Essos history for sure.
But she also killed a lot of innocent people for no
She
reason.
did.
So there's that.
There's
Not
that,
bad.
you know.
So that wham, my nephew won't have
pretty
sex
bad.
with me.
Yeah,
Go
I'm gonna
crazy.
kill everybody.
see what happens when you don't bed your woman.
Right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
And you kill a couple dragons.
Use a couple dragons.
Your nephew won't sleep with
Yeah,
you.
she just gets crazy.
It's a bad day.
It's a bad day.
So I wonder who takes over Castle Rock. Well, I guess when Tywin was still when he was the Hand, he still owned Castle Rock. So I'm guessing Castle Rock's still the Lannisters.
Yeah, I think it's still Tyrion.
Tyrion's the
yeah.
only
Which
Lannister,
he'd be the
so.
only Lannister, so he would be the ruler of
Thank
Castle
God
Rock.
Cersei's dead. Can we just have a cheers to that? Ding dong, the Wicked Witch is
Yeah,
dead.
right.
That's true.
She
She's
is
officially
over.
dead, and I definitely like understand why people wanted her death to be more brutal.
I did.
But I don't blame you.
I wanted it to be like the Joffrey moment where I'm
The
like,
big
yeah!
yeah,
I've never
exactly.
cheered to death more in my life. Die!
But I do like it. I do like that she had to see every step of the way that she was going to lose, and then she had to stare at that wall.
I love that you could tell she was
like
shitting herself.
for
Oh,
once in
yeah.
her life, she's officially
She knew
lost.
she was F.
Yeah.
Mhm. Exactly.
As soon as she saw Danny come with
That was when
dragon
she was
and
her
burning
most
shit, she was
vulnerable.
like, shit.
Yeah, she was her most vulnerable
Yep,
right there.
that was great.
Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
Jordan did that first blast into the civilian, she knew right there she had
And,
her
you
last
know,
tactic, her only tactic.
And
had
begged,
failed.
don't let me die.
Yeah,
Yeah, bye,
they
bitch.
died anyways.
But I'm kind of happy because Cersei died with that panic and knowing that she was finally going to lose. But Jaime actually did get the death that he said he wanted back all the way back.
Die with her.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's always what he wanted. So I'm kind of glad that Jaime got what he wanted while Cersei was panicking. So it was two happy things for us in one.
Right, yeah,
And
exactly.
Danny's death was poetic, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, she didn't need any final words. I don't even know what they could have even been.
Uh-uh.
I can't think of anything that she could have said right there. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Dracarys.
Well,
Yeah.
nobody was going to be able to kill her.
No, nobody else.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
was gonna be
didn't.
able to kill
Nobody
her.
else was
Nobody else
gonna
could get to her.
nobody
That
else was
sneak,
gonna-
Jon or Arya were the only choices. Arya is only because she has that ability to sneak up, but even Drogon probably would have stopped her.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He probably wouldn't have let her up to that point.
Exactly.
Like I said, look how quickly he knew Danny was gone. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
it was just like as soon as she took her last breath, he was like, oh shit, what?
Yeah, and if it
Yeah.
had been Arya standing there, he would have just killed her probably
Yeah,
right
totally.
away.
Exactly.
Would've
She
been,
would've
and you're dead.
And Arya probably knew that too.
So yeah, I mean, it was not that. John watching Danny walk away, and then all of a sudden Arya's right there. You're just like, Jesus,
That was
where,
awesome.
where did you come
came
from?
out of nowhere.
Right, yeah, just like, hey
And
there.
he was like, Jesus.
So yeah, that was.
What are you doing here? I'm here to kill Cersei, but
Right.
Already done for me.
Done.
Your queen did it first. She's everybody's queen now, and she was for a minute.
For a
And
brief,
she-
for a
brief
split
moment.
second.
Yeah. So hopefully Drogon lives a long and happy life, and
Well, I don't know if he's
Eating sheep.
happy, but
and she.
I guess he can move on. I mean, children can move on from there.
Yeah, when their parents
From
die
their
and
parents.
Stuff. So yeah, you'll move on. And
Yeah.
You'll be fine. So, I think that's all I really got.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's like, now what?
I
I
know.
know,
like-
right?
That was
Now
like the
it's
best
the
series
after.
I've ever watched in my life.
No, we
Nothing
don't-
else
we
is
have
going to
a
compare.
void
I'll
in
be
our
like,
lives.
nee, it's okay, but it's not Game of Thrones.
Right, yeah. We have avoided all that.
Next.
Right.
Hopefully the Watchmen show can do that for us. I'm
Yeah.
very excited for
Yeah,
that.
pretty-
So.
pretty
Yeah, that
good,
does
yeah.
look good.
Which we'll be bringing that to you guys as well. So.
Oh yeah, you gotta bring Watchmen.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
love
the greatest.
Watchmen,
I
so.
just it's like the what do you do now?
I know, and wait, we have they have their trilogy
I
of
have
Star
no
Wars
idea what to do
movies
with
that
my
they'll be
hands.
making for us. Right?
Sorry.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do.
So
Just
the
put
writers
down
will
there.
be making Star Wars movies for us, and so we'll get that, and then we have spin-offs. There's already started filming the one that, and they've already started getting that ready.
And is that the one that's supposed to be like way before?
It looks
all
like
of
that
this?
one's going to be the one that's going to give us the backstory on the Night King more.
Yeah,
so
so
it
it
was
was
like,
like
so
1,000 some years before.
1,000 years
2,000?
ago,
It
yep.
was like a long time
it was
before.
1,000 years ago.
this.
So
Yeah.
That would be
So
interesting.
yeah, it will be interesting. So until then, we got that. And we got that to look forward to. So yeah.
I mean, yeah. Maybe not everybody was happy with it, but
Yeah,
That's
quit
what-
whining, babies.
Right, exactly.
Because your
Exactly.
theories didn't
Just do
turn
what the
out.
writers did and go
Wah.
write your own show.
Right?
You know? Make another show. We'll,
You
we'll
make
watch
a
it.
phenomenal
Exactly.
series. and
Make
then we'll
another show
talk.
so we can watch it, and we would love
Yeah.
that.
or wait
We'll
for
talk
George
about
R. R.
it.
Martin to write his damn books,
Exactly.
and then give him grief when you don't like it.
No, I thought it was phenomenal. Well done.
I enjoyed every second
Absolutely.
of it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I was
I wish it was a
angry.
little longer.
Right?
I was angry at some things. I was heartbroken at other things, but
Like
overall,
one
I
episode to
just
fight the
loved
dead. Come on.
it.
Although that was intense.
It was 9 hours of battle. Come on.
I mean, whew, there's like literally, well, it was like straight up 90 minutes of battle. I mean, you don't even see that in movies. There's always
Yeah.
breaks and all.
That is
There
true.
was
That's
no-
what I'm saying. I mean, just the way people are complaining. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it's just get over it. at this
Well
point.
done. Well done,
Exactly.
HBO.
Well done. So. thank you for all of that. And a special thank you to St. Michael Cinema
Yes.
for showing the last episode for us. They made it a great night. It was
Shout out.
phenomenally awesome. So thank you for that.
It was a great way to end it all.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Even the opening, I mean, we've watched that opening for 8 seasons and feeling that opening.
Yeah.
I kept saying, this is so much better.
I know, like, I
was
can
like,
never watch
yeah.
it. Thank God this is the final episode ever because I can never
Can't
watch
watch
it
that
the
And
again.
same
as
way
much as I
again.
said, I wish every episode would have been like this.
Right?
Right, exactly.
You're in there. You're watching.
That was intense.
Exactly, yeah. I loved it, so.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Well, until next time, may the films be with you.